here downtown. Come up here. I want to show our viewers we're in downtown at 12th and K, and we have a situation where the police are clashing with protesters. It's important to note that the streets have not been like this all day. A few hours ago, about 12 or so protesters were charged with rioting. They were vandalizing some stores, destruction of property, and it has erupted in this small area of 3 or 4 streets. And now what you're seeing is engagement with the police. We have had pepper spray, we've had pressure grenades, some of the protesters throwing rocks, and now we seem to be at a standoff. We'll try and get you close to this line, but also we're trying to remain as careful as we can. You see now the pressure grenades. We're going to step back to be safe, but as you can see, there is an engagement going on. Again, this is not all over the streets of Washington for our viewers. It is in a small 4-block grid, but the protesters here, which are a part of an anti-fascist bloc that sought to disrupt these streets, not just to protest, but to disrupt, are doing just that and challenging the police. If you can look with me here, Cappy, this is the police line in riot gear, and they were about 30 minutes ago arresting the people that have been vandalizing the businesses. It was under control, and all of a sudden something sparked, an energy in the crowd, some rocks got tossed, and now we are in the situation that we find ourselves in now.
All right, Griff, let me ask you a couple questions. One is, you've been in a number of protests. You've seen these things. Is this a big crowd? Is it a small crowd? And did it happen after the inauguration itself?
It did happen after the inauguration. The original rioting, excuse me, we're just going to stay down.
You don't have to say excuse me.
So you do not get hit. This, to tell you the size of crowd, it's not a large crowd. It really, truly is not. It's about 200 to 300 protesters, but some of them are very committed in confronting the police, and rocks are being thrown here as you turn around. You see these pressure grenades the police are using to try and thwart the protesters from throwing a rock. Again, we're at 12th and K, so we're about 6 blocks from the White House. We see over there some serious engagement. The protesters getting up there, throwing their rocks, and then retreating. The police now trying to maintain control. They're just using a little pepper spray. Here comes the bomb. Okay, we're going to be very careful of that. These are pressure grenades. They're not explosives. It's not what the military uses. No one is being terribly hurt, but as you see, they are indeed very loud. And, well, we want to show you this because, again, there was a discussion and a real intent on behalf of some of the protesters to simply disrupt the streets and challenge law enforcement, and that's what you're seeing here today. But honestly, the police have used some restraint based on what I've seen in Ferguson, covering Baltimore. You know, we've not seen protesters being beaten in the streets, but we have seen about 25 arrests so far.
Okay.